so much for taking your time out to be a part of this wonderful launch, this glorious evening tonight, the launch of the Times Food and Nightlife Guide Jaipur 2013. And of course, the Food Awards, rightly called the Oscars of Food. I'd like to, of course, at this juncture, thank our sponsors, Seagram's Blenders Pride, Kingfisher, TimesCity.com, and of course, La Meridian, our hospitality partner. My name is KANWAR, ladies and gentlemen, your host for the evening. I was here last year for those of you who were here as well, and it's great to be back here because there's a lot more freezing this time. So, anyway, time to unveil the Times Food and Nightlife Guide Jaipur, and for this, I'd like to introduce our very special guest for the evening. He is the son of the soil, a proud son of Jaipur. He's a star in his own right, and after making his mark in television, his unconventional debut in the film Ahmed caught the nation's eye. His choice of film and performance was respected across the industry. Following that, he went back to television and rose to a whole new level with Sach Ka Samna. Anyone on that show yet? Okay. A charming personality that smoothly brought out the dark truth behind so many lives from across the country. And as we look forward to his forthcoming film, table number 21, we're very proud to have him on table number 1 this evening as guest for this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, KANWAR. Rajiv, great to have you here. Well, Rajiv, would you like to speak now or after unveiling the Times Food Nightlife Guide? Maybe after one drink. Alright, that works for me. I've got one beer with me. Alright.
I just want to say good evening to all of you. It feels so good. Jaipur is like a hometown, like a family. At a drop of a hat, I want to come to Jaipur. So it's fantastic and the weather is lovely. And what better day than 4th of January, my film just got released in the morning. Did anyone get to see table number 21? You read the review. You better watch your film. I'm sure you're going to book my table in many of these restaurants that I've been told about. But this weekend you will have to book your table, and you know where, table number 21. So enjoy your evening, and I'm right here.
Thank you so much, Rajiv. May we please have the Times Food and Nightlife Guide Jaipur 2013. Gentlemen, now the Times Food Awards, rightly called the Oscars of Food. But before we get into that, a round of applause, a huge round of applause for the author of the Times Food and Nightlife Guide, DHARMENDAR, for so much hard work and effort. Indian Peshawari. North Indian this time in standalone goes to Handi. This award goes to in standalone, Das Prakash. In a rather serious time as well as we move on to the new year, well, incidents have happened as regards to the later part of the year. Delhi continues to be a controversial place, and I think as the New Year thing, they've changed a few systems within the city. Metro stations, now the way things are going, have changed their announcements. Ladies and gentlemen, next station, molestation. It's tragic. Our prayers with, of course, those who victim and everybody else. Moving on, the Prime Minister decided to address the country regarding the paper with nothing written on it. We'd really like if you could return them. Anyway, moving on to Best Rajasthani Cuisine, ladies and gentlemen. Two winners in this category. The first one for 5-star category. But before this, may I please call on Mr. Sandeep Putoria, social and cultural activist from Kolkata, who is in Jaipur. May I please call Mr. Sandeep to give away the award. He goes to Jaipur. Standalone goes to LMD. Protests being dumbed down, loads of people being shut up, and of course on social media as well. It's been quite controversial now to post your free thoughts on social media. So Facebook India, therefore looking at the recent spate of people disliking what you probably like on social media, Facebook India has redesigned their entire interface. I think it will be active in a couple of days. Now they've included a special feature. So every time you post something, you get 3 options, as opposed to the earlier where you had a little pencil that you click on and you get 2 options obviously. One is to edit, the other is to delete. The third option now that they're going to add exclusively for India is to apply for anticipatory bail. So, free speech of course in general is subject to market risks. Please read your words carefully before posting. And keeping in mind these new risks involved regarding free speech in India, the government, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has designed a new chip that will be couriered across via speed post to every single citizen of the country, which they can insert in their mobile phones. And a special mode is going to be activated. And I'd like you to please have a look at this. Now, if you can notice, now the top left corner, you have airplane mode, which is obviously everyone knows that when you sit in a flight, it prevents calls and messages, it avoids interference with aircraft communication. The second is of course Wi-Fi. The third is the government mode. Now these chips, once inserted inside every Indian mobile phone, it will avoid interference with political egos, monitor all text across Facebook, Twitter, SMS and WhatsApp. It will prevent derogatory mentions of politicians, criticism of politicians, honest opinion about politicians, questions to politicians and humor about politicians. I'm getting that chip in a couple of days, so I'll apply for anticipatory bail on Facebook. So yeah, so please expect that in a couple of days. And very best Chinese. Let's please invite on stage Vinny Kakkar, Chairperson, Vicky Flow, Jaipur chapter, to give away this award. Goes to Dragon House. One in standalone for Best Chinese goes to Nero's. Second term in the White House, and of course, so many Indians are all ready to go up and vote early in the morning, get up and vote. Immediately after the US presidential elections, on the first day of the second term in the White House, the CIA started investigating a 4.5-minute long blank call that came into the Washington. into the White House, and they eventually traced it all the way back to halfway across the world to India, to the Parliament. Apparently, Honorable Prime Minister had called Barack Obama to congratulate him. May I please invite Mr. Rajiv Arora to give away the award for Best Continental category, and the award Best Continental is 5-star goes to Okra. I'd like to draw your attention to the screens once again. I'd like to inform you about our wonderful new portal called timecity.com. This is what the interface looks like at the top, of course. Timecity.com, which is Times of India's premium destination for all things food and beverage. Now that has food critic reviews, user reviews, ratings, and all the info you need about food, drink, movies, and events. It's user-friendly, it's engaging, plenty of space, of course, for branding and promotion. And you can see the ratings there as you search. So this is a typical search results page. You can search in various fields. As we move ahead, this is basically a seasonal page updated with all the buzz in town, the parties, the events, the festive season, everything that's hot and happening for that particular season. Moving on. A very strong social media presence, constant updates on Facebook and Twitter, so you can like it, and you don't need a specific date for that, and Twitter updates, of course, you can follow. Moving on to the next slide, this is got the Twitter page that's on, and then you also have something called the Hot Weekend Planner, which basically updates you with what's happening for that particular weekend in town. So whether it's food, whether it's drinks, whether it's events, whether it's concerts, whatever the buzz in town that's happening. Apart from that, professional food critics put up their reviews, and we invite user reviews as well. Goes to Mr. Bean.